Think of shame as on the surface of the lake, and conscience is deeper down. It's like deeper down in the body of the ocean. And so what happens when there's shame? See, the shame comes up. The shame is just a reaction to the indulgence. The shame, those eyes of shame, and that's actually part of the emotional center, or emotional parts of centers, shame. They don't have the perspective to see what I was talking about earlier about the before and the after. The shame is shame about the middle, about the indulgence, regret, shame, self-deprecation, all of that. And it doesn't do any good. So what has to happen, not what has to happen, what can happen is that when you feel the shame, and this is where self-remembering comes in, when you feel that shame, try to go deeper into the lake, into the body of water. Take a swim down deeper below the shame or beyond the shame, however you want to think of it. And that's where it starts to become conscience. And the power of conscience is that it can now start to cover the spectrum of beginning, middle, and after, before, during, and after. Conscience can start to see all of that and the connection between all of those. But shame does not. When we indulge and we grant ourselves permission, those eyes are just in the moment, just doing it. And then shame is regretting it. And that's it. And that's all they know. And those two can go back and forth for a person's lifetime. Permission, shame. Permission, guilt. Permission, regret. And there's no conscience. There's no deeper penetration of conscience. And really, conscience is also an aspect. We can think of it as an aspect of consciousness. It's a dimension of self-remembering. And you can even think of it as a reflection of self-remembering in the emotional center. It's the intellectual part of our emotional center. Has a bigger view, a broader view, a deeper understanding. And this can actually become quite a freeing moment when there's shame circulating, to really feel it, but to know there's more, there's deeper. You can go deeper. Take a swim deeper down or into yourself. And it's kind of the opposite of the lake, really, because the deeper you go, the clearer it gets instead of the dark. It actually gets clearer. At first, it seems muddy, but it starts to get clearer. Conscience is a very clear, emotional kind of perception. It's liberating. It's freeing, it's lightening, and it shows you, it spreads the light out farther on what's really going on. The whole 24 hours, not just the 1 hour when we're overindulging in something. No one can explain to you really how to do that. You have to find it in yourself. There's like a little corridor in your being, and you can go. And actually, shame is like poor man's conscience. It's kind of like a very limited version. It wants to be conscience, but it's not. So there's a corridor or a ladder, or however you want to think of it. You can go from feeling shame and swim to or climb to or walk to a clearer feeling of honesty. It's honesty. See, shame is really buffering. It's hiding the honest truth in the name of punishment, guilt. You were bad. That's terrible. Why do I do that? I'll never do that again. Of course you'll do it again because those other eyes give you permission. But with conscience, those eyes grow weaker. Again, as I said before, they start to lose oxygen.